Steam Gamer, and if you could tell by this video title, drama is about to happen on this channel. I would like to first and foremost state, I am not into drama. I did not want to get involved. It's just this man ticked me off. And I would like to state first and foremost, explaining why I'm doing this video. Where I delve into this bullshit apology. This man was one of my favorite YouTubers back then. He played with Vanoss, Terrorizer, Nogla, like all of these YouTubers who I kind of loved watching. I drifted apart away from them, and I kind of started watching stuff like Ponit Show and Tom Fox. I still watch the Derp Crew to this day. I watch re-upload videos of Ponit Show since they kind of stopped and their channel was gone. But lately, I came back to Minilad's channel about 1 to 2 weeks ago, and I noticed how things were a lot different. I did a lot of research, and I found about this man's drama, his apology, I'm putting that in quotation marks for his cleaning the air, and what he did to Hallie and Ash, and to even to his own girlfriend, Sammy. I used to suffer with problems as well, so I'm going to be a little lenient, but I would like to state this. Never once in my life, first and foremost, did I manipulate people with mental health. That's when I started getting mad at this man. Once I found out every single piece of info, I kept getting mad and I kind of stopped. He uploaded this apology about, about a couple of days ago, actually. I'm filming this on the 3rd right now, so about 6 days ago. I'm not gonna look at a calendar. But I wanted to do this video to see his apology again and express it on camera, because I'm just gonna upload this in between breaks, I'm calling this, because right now I'm in the process of doing a lot of moving, of helping. I'm helping someone move a bunch of stuff, so I haven't got a chance to record as much as I'd like to admit it and play. So starting soon, I'm hoping to get back to recording a lot for you guys, but besides that, we're gonna delve into this, and I'm just gonna shut up, and I'll pause it whenever I have stuff to say, because this is absolute stuff. This is no script, by the way. This is raw Steam Gamer here. This is raw me, okay?
Hey guys, this video has been a long time coming.
If it was a long time coming, you should apologize when you first came back. Have this be like your main video. Explain to everybody.
And this is something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while, but 2020 has been an awful year for everybody, and I want to go into next year knowing that I have said my piece. I've told you guys exactly what's going on. As my fans, you guys deserve to know what's going on.
You guys deserve to know what's going on. Then why didn't you tell them when you first came back? Why upload a Minecraft video saying, oh, I missed my family and 2020 was so hard? You avoided this for a reason, motherfucker. And I'm sorry if you're gonna hear swearing. I really am. But I am so flippin' mad right now that I am just... Oh my god, I've done like a couple of takes of this where I try not to get overly angry or upset at this man, but I kind of just, I'm gonna give up right now on that. Anyway, let's continue.
And I hope this video helps you understand everything better, and I want to apologize for the things that I've done. I'll try and make this video as short as I can so I don't keep you guys here too long. I don't want this video to be excused as an excuse or victimizing myself.
I want to state this. I don't know if anyone knows this, or even knows this, but I want to put in his backdrop here. Dark purple, a sign of sadness. His look, a sign of sadness. The thumbnail, a sign of sadness. And he's mainly conversing with his emotions to convey to you his problem. He is appealing to pathos right now. Pathos is the top way people can convey and manipulate people in a way, which is what he's done with his like Hash at Haley and Sammy. he would use his depression that to convert to manipulate, and it's kind of like appealing with pathos there a bit. This video is screaming to me that he is using he knows what pathos is, I believe, and he's using his emotional way to convey and make everyone believe that he's truly sorry and all this. And an actual body language specialist, someone who understands how the human body reacts and acts and under stress and all this, noted that he does seem genuinely sorry. I'm going off the fact of how he's acting and how he set everything up. I believe if you're going to apologize, straight facts, you look straight at the camera, and you tell the entire truth. Yes, you can look away if you're feeling upset, but the main point of an apology is not to drop a backdrop on with dark purple on this to make it seem all so sad and that I'm in a bad spot like everyone else. It's like, that isn't how it's working. Now, I know I might be wrong here, but I believe this video is using pathos to convey this. Just like 2 other exposed videos from Tati and another guy on... Fuck, I can't remember his name. But the 2 people in the path use like pathos to manipulate and sell a brand in a way. And this is, I think, pathos, and he's trying to sell you his apology. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm reading too much into this. Maybe just one dark purple on for the day. But that's what I think right now. Let's continue.
For anything like that, I just want to give you guys my thoughts. This is no more PR teams, no more anything like that. This is just Craig.
I want to point out that he straight up said no more PR teams. If you had a fucking PR team that straight up told you, no, don't make a good apology, don't apologize for what you did, and you had that type of fucking PR team, what the fuck PR team do you have? A bunch of monkeys? Because if I was on a PR team and I represented a YouTuber and he got caught doing something bad, the first thing I would tell him, you make an apology, you explain in detail why you're sorry, and you make it up to your fans. That's what I would do. I wouldn't tell him, oh no, avoid it and let it die down. Because it's straight up said on a Discord in a privately leaked message, which I am not going to dig up right now, said, and I quote, once people realize the majority / mass don't know or don't care, it'll die faster. That's what he legitimate said. That wasn't a PR team using that. And Clear in the Air was literally him also, I believe, not a PR team. So,
this isn't Mini Lad. This is Craig talking, and I want to be as transparent as possible. But I wanted to explain through exactly what happened, the reason why I did it, and go from there.
The reason why I did it, like, there is no logical reason I can convey to people that he is sorry and that it was right for him to go after fucking children. Like, sending a bulge pic to a 16 or 17-year-old child, I can't remember how old that tweet was with Ash, but straight up sending a bulge pic and trying to try to take the V card too. Like, you wanted her to, when they came down to Florida, you wanted to meet her and have sex with her. Like, motherfucker, there is no logical explanation that can explain why you went after the little girls at Camp 13 or 17. Was it Camp 17 or 13? I can't remember. But it was a summer camp he was a part of. There were leaked, a person came out and talked about their experience at that camp with him. And it just irritated me because he said in his Clear in the Air that they were always monitored. You do know that doesn't fucking matter there. And that kind of takes me off a little bit, is that there's no logical explanation for any of that. None at all for what you did to Hallie, or to Ash, or to your girlfriend Sammy. Your ex, I should say. Because you manipulate them, and then you send bulge pics, and you were fucking horny for little kids. That is not logical. That is pedophilia, and if there's a really good logical way that you are just mentally incapable of understanding that there's an age gap, maybe I could forgive that. But you are fucking in the right head there. The most you could say was like, you suffered from depression. To me, that is still not a fucking good enough explanation to say like, oh, I'm suffering from depression, let's go after little kids.
There was 2 people involved in this situation. Those names were Hallie and Ash. I'll be taking them individually. They happened around this.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna make a joke there, but I'm not. I just had to pause. I like how he finally has said their names. Thank God. Like, he should have also stated, like, that he is sorry for all the abuse his fans are causing these people. Like, he should have told his fans that are still loyal to him and still, like, fucking brain dead that, you know, that you guys need to leave these girls alone. They suffer from enough because of what I accidentally did. If he was truly sorry, he should have said that.
Same time, I wanted to just go through it with you guys. The first person that I wanted to talk about was Hallie. A lot of people think that these people were random fans that I got in contact with, but both Hallie and Ash, these are people who are my friends. Hallie I've known for a long time, since maybe 2013, 2014. Hallie was one of my Twitch mods. Hallie was a really good Twitch mod. She helped me out, she helped Terrorizer out, she helped a lot of the guys who I
want to point that out. He throws Terrorizer's name out there. Motherfucker. No one from that group wants anything to do with you. Don't you dare drag Terrorizer's name in there with you again. Because that's another person. He never apologized in this video to Terrorizer, stating that, hey, Terrorizer, I am sorry that I lied about manipulating, that you made fun of my mental health. And I'm sorry that I said we were, you know, making things, like we were patching things up and we're going to be working together again. When in reality, it didn't. And I'm sorry that I was so much of a selfish bastard that I didn't console you when you lost your grandfather or father to Alzheimer's. That's something he fucking lost. Like, oh my god, Minnie. Like, Craig, I'm gonna use his real name here. Craig literally, like, claimed that Terrorizer, he and Terrorizer weren't friends and said, you know, kind of like threw him under a bus when Terrorizer didn't do anything wrong. And he, to this day, I think still gets, like, people attacking him for mental health, saying that he makes fun of it because that's what Mainlad stated on, I think, Twitter. And he didn't. Like, Minilad didn't, like, not, and, like, you know, Craig just said he did it, and people were like, oh, well, Craig said it. So people were attacking Terrorizer / Brian, and I think he still gets attacked, and his family suffers with Alzheimer's a bit. And he was still a good friend for Craig. He still was there when Craig lost his dog. Even though at that time he lost his, I think his father to Alzheimer's, maybe his grandfather. I think it was his father. It's just like when that is said, and he's like, you know, he didn't apologize to that. He didn't apologize to Sam. He didn't apologize to Brian. He only apologized for the main things people were attacking him for. When he's still getting attacked by the others who are still pissed about he didn't even apologize to the others involved. Like, I'm not throwing that under the rug here. To me, that is such bullshit. You should apologize to everyone that you wrong. Like, seriously though, that kind of just pisses me off.
played with on our streams, and she was someone that I could go to with my problems.
You could go to her with your problem. She was underage at the time, and then you go to her with problems. I want to state that is really bad. Like, personally, I don't like that. Like, if you're gonna go to someone who's like 16, 17, probably deal with puberty and starting to like grow up and deal with all these other problems starting to hit them, and you're gonna go to someone else to throw on your problems on top of theirs, and they have to deal with yours as well to try to help you, that is not a good idea. Unless they were grown up for their age. If they were like fully mentally capable dealing with things, because there are people out there who act grown up for their age. Like, there's like maybe 15, 16-year-olds, maybe even 17-year-olds who act like 20 and 30-year-olds who know how the world works, are very grown up, very mature for their age, and they can help others. Then yeah, I can understand going to them for problems. And like, if they was like someone close, like a best friend, like I have my own best friend, we always are there for each other when the other needs it, but we're both grown-ups. We're both in our, like, we're kind of older people. And we're both grown-ups. We know how the world works. We know how each other work. But she was like 16, 17. Like, Hallie, I think, was 17 at the... Like, I think Haley, like, based on the time... He started saying those texts when, like, I think she was around 17. And she... I think he'd known her for a lot longer. So to go after her for, like, when she was, like, underage and telling about problems... That isn't a good thing. Like, you should not do that to an underage person. Like, do that only to people around your age. Because... they can understand your problems better and help you. Not like someone who's underage, unless they're grown up, and then yeah, you could rely on them a little. It's just not right in my head. Maybe I'm looking into it too much, but that is something I just wanted to state.
We became close because we both had our issues. It's not my place to say what's going on with her, but she's someone who has helped me out a lot. The first thing that I wanted to say was I added Hallie on Snapchat when she was 16. This isn't when I was making any remarks towards her. This is just where I talked to all of my friends. I was that guy that had streaks, and I wanted to make sure that our streaks were good, because back in 2015, that's kind of what people did. It wasn't...
I think people still do streaks, but I want to point that out real quick. The whole, like, I had her on Snapchat when she was 16. How long were you friends with her, truly? And furthermore, if you were friends with her that long, you should have known this is a dumb idea what you're about to do.
Until 2016, when she was 17, that I first...
I like how he doesn't show these ones up here. You know? Like, he doesn't, like... Look at it, yeah, because that would be a big problem. Fuck, I did the pun thing too. Look what you have done. LO and gone he. Yeah, you got me. I like to point out, I don't think he shows it.
Flirt with her. I was 21 at the time.
Yeah, he cuts off part of that message. Like, he cuts off the after messages involving his dick and the before messages and the actual thing he showed. So, I would like to point that out. He only shows part of that. And I think that's dumb. If you were really going to show the entire thing of what led to, yeah, because that would be a big problem. Okay? Because I think around this time, if I remember a video right, because I watched it a bunch, because I feel bad for her. And I also feel like she deserves justice for what he did. I think he said something like at this point she made a pun about his dick. And to me, and that's kind of what led to the big problem, because he sent a bulge photo saying, is this really small? And he kind of got like an inferiority complex because of his ego. I think that's what led to this, but you cut off that part saying like, oh, you know, about the photo. And the main thing like that's kind of like bad, man. You should have included like the full thing. Like if you want to, you know, prove that you kind of feel sorry, show that the entire evidence saying like, yeah, I did this and this and this. I really truly am sorry. And this video I don't think is for the newer fans, because I want to point this out. I don't think people in this comment section really just, you know what he's doing sometimes. Like, only people who got this were longtime fans who saw what he did. And I remember when I read the comment section the second this video went out, because I saw on that day, because I got a notification from a friend saying Minnie Lab made an apology. I'm like, oh, did he really finally? I think most of his fans didn't even know what he was apologizing for. He was that fucking vague.
16, when she was 17, that I first started to flirt with her. I was 21 at the time.
There is a certain gap that's allowed. I want to say, like, Romeo and Juliet lost people have used to his offense. I would like to point out, I think he's at Florida at this point. And I think where Hallie lives, because I don't know where she... I think I partially might know where she lives. I think it's, like, somewhere, you know, up north. I don't think they have Romeo and Juliet laws there. And Romeo and Juliet laws are laws that allow older men to date younger women if it's consent, you know, on both sides and they love each other. It's Romeo and Juliet laws. I don't think that was available, man.
And that's not okay. Like, and I'm aware of that. So with Hallie and both with Ash, I sent the messages around this time, and I understand what I'm gonna say next is quite taboo online, but if this is my way of putting all my cards on the table and telling you guys what happened, I feel like I need to say it. The reason I did what I did, and there is even a message where I said this, is because what I said there is true. I did try to end my life at the beginning of 2017.
There we go. I knew she was 17, but I was suicidal said to myself, if I'm going to kill myself, I thought I'd go down swinging. So texting dick pics and trying to want to have sex with minors is going down swinging. That even furthermore just baffles and makes me irritated as a man. And he played the card again. He played, oh, I was suicidal. Like, yeah, sure, you were suicidal, but that isn't something you just say and be like, oh, well, everyone's gonna forgive me. It's like, oh, hey, guys, I may have burned down the entire city of Chicago, murdered millions of people, but I was suicidal, and I was just in the wrong place. I'm now gonna go get help. Oh, and you expect everyone to be like, that's okay, Craig, you're just in a dark place. No. And this is also not okay. Like, you fucker. You motherfucker. Like, I know I'm swearing here, and I know I'm mad, but this is just irritating. The fact is, this man thought that because he was suicidal, I should have sex with an underage girl. And he wanted to kill himself. Now, I would like to state, when most people try to kill themselves, and they survive it, because anyone who tries to kill himself actually will have a scar on their body. If he did try to kill himself, I expect he would have shown a scar to at least prove, hey, I did actually try it, and I wasn't in the right mind. He never showed it. I don't think he has a scar. He could have a scar, maybe he downed a bunch of pills, maybe part of his body's fucked up from that, maybe he slit his wrist a little bit, he would have scars on his wrist, maybe he, I don't know, hit his head with something hard enough, maybe he would have a bruise or a lump on his head for a while. Like, there should be a scar. But he never shows a scar, but the fact is that he used that suicidal threat again kind of makes me irritated, because that is not okay. I've seen suicidal people, they never once say, oh, I'm suicidal, I'm gonna ride little kid dicks, or vaginas, and fuck them. Or say, I'm gonna send dick pics to minors and hide it. It's like, no, that I've never met anyone who's done that who's underage. That is disgusting.
I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not looking for anything. This is not what this is about. This is telling you guys the reason, and I just want you to understand the headspace that I was in. The reality is, I was being...
The headspace he was in. You mean the headspace that you go to therapy for? Counseling? Take medication for? That's what that's for, Craig. That's what it's for. That's what you fucking do if you're in the wrong place at that time. If your mind's that messed up. You constantly would push off your mental health and your therapy because you kept thinking to yourself, I can keep using it. And that's what I think he thought of. Okay, that's not what he confirmed. Because he would constantly avoid going to therapy and not wanting it. So in my mind, I'm trying to think of a logical explanation why, and I think he wanted to keep using his mental health. That's not something I could use. And his headspace at the time, if your headspace is that fucking bad, why aren't you in the loony bin? God.
Guys, the reason, and I just want you to understand the headspace that I was in. The reality is, I was being selfish. I wasn't thinking about repercussions. I wasn't thinking about anything. I was just being stupid, and I really want to apologize for that.
I like that part. Now he admits he was fucking stupid, and that, he has, no excuse in that. That there was a good part. Okay? I kind of partially want to know what he cut out. Because I always believe if you're making an apology video, it should be one uncut thing. Because I might be wrong. Maybe he just had to leave real quick to go to the bathroom or something. Didn't want that on camera. But I could be wrong. Maybe it was something else he said. And he's just like, oh, that wouldn't make good for the apology. But there are parts here that he's doing well in. Yeah, he's admitting it. And I can tell he does feel genuine sorry sometimes. But like I said, he's also appealing to pathos, emotion, on the subject to try to get them to buy his apology. So to me, I'm shutting off emotion. Okay? That's what I'm doing here. And yes, I do know how pathos works. I did study it a bit.
I just wasn't thinking. And I regret it. I've regretted it since. And for that...
He regretted it. Listen, I know I just went off saying I like the one part. He regretted since. If you regretted it since, you wouldn't have came back and then told your moderators in your Discord, once people once the majority slash mass don't know or care anymore, brands keep working with me, it'll die faster. If you fucking cared at all, you wouldn't have said that. Okay? Like, that fucking ticked me off there.
For both Hallie and Ash, I'm really sorry.
I like to point out how he didn't even bring up that, like, he just mentions Ash's name again. I don't remember. Does he show evidence of Ash? But I would expect a majority of this to be mentioning what he did, and then the last bit being like, I'm sorry, and explaining in great depths, like, what he's gonna do to try to better it. Not the entire time just making a plead fest.
Ash, to me, I knew a lot shorter. I may only have known her a few months.
My bae. You're my bae. You kind of cut off a part of that, Craig, but look at this. Hi, bae. Hi, bae. Who the fuck calls an underage woman bae? If you're in your fucking 20s. That is disgusting.
She was a part of a group of friends who my Twitch mods were friends with, and that's how we became friends. This is someone who I became friends with just through association with my friends.
I like to point out that in Ash's response, she says she met Craig through her friends, who were all part of this little group of theirs. And the fact is of how they met was that Craig found the group and was like, you know, okay, and texted them and all this. And she made a fan account. I don't think she knew the moderators of that with his Twitch mods. I didn't think they met because of the Twitch mods. I could be wrong. But I think they met, and he literally states in the comment, he doesn't show this either, that the second he saw Ash's real face in this, he said, my dick rose out of my pants and clicked follow. Or friend. He doesn't show that. He's still hiding a part of this. And it... Ugh.
And the stuff I sent to her is just not okay either. And that's not what I want. You know, she was someone that I really did call my friend. And it sucks that I let her down like that. I also wanted to point out a message that I sent to Laura, who is a part of my Discord mods. She's someone who I met a few years back, maybe 2016, and she was someone who I considered a friend as well. Whenever we went to Insomnia, we used to hang out.
A message he sent to Laura. He never shows that message. Strange.
And meet up at the booth that Terrorizer and I had.
There he goes again, using Terrorizer's name. Trying to point out, like, hey guys, I'm friends with Terrorizer. No. You should not be able to mention Terrorizer's name at all. You should have to get permission from him to use his name. Because that, you dragged his name through the mud, jackass. And to me, that you had to warrant going to him and ask for it. And you had to still make an apology to him. All you did was apologize on Twitter. People still don't believe... Some people still don't believe Twitter responses and that, or know about it. So people are still attacking him as much as everyone else.
And I sent this message. Whenever I saw them coming...
Okay, there's the fucking thing. If that was the true message. Hey man, yeah, Ash has tweeted her on her private. Bet she writing her own expose. Can you talk to her? Tell her I'm not who I was when I was younger. Tell her my suicide attempt. That fucking shit irritates me beyond my point of anger. Tell her my suicide attempt. That is not something you could wave off with an apology. Motherfucker. That is something that fuck hurts. And that he had the Twitch mod do it. Sure, I'll do my best. Keep me posted. I'm really scared. He's like trying to manipulate her next to make sure she does this. But motherfucker, a suicide attempt is not something that you could be like, oh, I could weigh this around like, oh, look at me, I suicide attempted, everyone forgive me, wrong mental health. It irritates me. And that might be because I know people who struggle with depression, mental health problems. I struggle a little bit myself with like a disorder, and that puts my mind a little bit at problems sometimes, but I still am able to put through it. But that is something you do not use. Like, I know people who have fucking almost murdered themselves because of depression. And they don't go around afterwards about, you know, tell these people about my suicide attempts and make people feel bad for them. No, they hide it. Like the people I know who tried to commit the suicide would hide their scars or hide their marks or hide their depressions best they can. And after they failed, they would still feel so guilty they would hide it as best they can. Not just put it out there to make other people feel bad. God.
Going out with my message, I sent them this. This isn't me. That's not right.
He only shows that part. He doesn't show the main part I'm thinking about. The part about, like, you know, he says, I'm preparing for the end. I think that's the woman he sent it to. If it truly was her that he was talking about, and that he only showed a part of that. He did not show, like, I'm getting ready for the end, I'm telling my lawyer, like, telling my team, and all this, that it's gonna be over soon, and trying to make her feel bad to put more pressure on fucking Ash. He doesn't show that, motherfucker.
It's something that I completely regret. I panicked, I was scared, I didn't know what to do, and I love my job so much that I didn't want it to go away. And I just wasn't right.
I like to point out here, the tone of his voice involving his job is that this is his job. And what is he going to do if he loses this job? Like, he's in what? I think 30 at this point, maybe late 20s or late 30s. What kind of person can hire a pedophile or someone who worked on YouTube and that as their resume? It's like, really? Because all someone has to do is just search Craig Minilad. Craig or Minilad, and they get this. So he knows that if he loses his YouTube channel, he has no work. He has no job to afford his bills, food, or anything. So this is his only income, and that's the scary, sad part about this all for him.
So to Hallie and to Ash here at the end up, and even to Laura for bringing that up, I'm sorry, guys. You were my friends. I failed you. I was only thinking to myself, and I was being stupid. And I wish I could take it all back. But I also wanted to add in here that a lot of people think that I haven't apologized to these girls. I had to fight my PR team for this, but in my initial apology,
I would like to point this out. I had to fight my PR team to get an apology out, huh? What fucking PR team would be like, no, don't you dare message them? Because I think a PR team that I would know of, like any PR team, if they figure out their client did this, they would force them to message as fast as possible and make a damn good apology and apologize to these women as fast as possible to make amends, to try to keep this under. Because a PR team wouldn't just risk it and say, oh, it'll blow over and all this. No, a PR team would force you to apologize fast so that way they don't have to worry, so that way it's over sooner. Okay? And they wouldn't fight you. They would try to get you to do it right. And apologize.
On Twitter, I said that I would privately message an apology, separate apology.
Personally apologize to those I've harmed. You didn't say you were privately messaging them, but that's just a nitpick. He did keep his word on that.
To these women. And that's what I did. My PR team said not to message them, but these were my friends. And
he's using his PR team. I think he's trying to throw his PR team under the bus. Maybe he's telling the truth, maybe he's not, but I don't trust this man as one bit ever since he started lying about going to therapy and all that. Like, he's lied so much. There is no way to come back to YouTube and start making people believe that you're telling the truth. It's like, no. You lied to your fans so much no one can trust you. That they, like, Thanos and them kicked you out of all their chats. You left, motherfucker, on that count. Or on another case saying, like, you know, what was it? Like, how do you say, like, that he and Brian are making up. They met backstage at Evan's show and are making up and becoming friends again. That's a lie, too. And that, and more importantly, you even lied to Omrecker saying that the rest of the group is also pedophiles. Like, motherfucker, after that, those lies, and I think there's many more lies he did. Like, he's lied a bunch about going to therapy whenever he's been in his head. That, you know, my God, it's just like, and the fact he's also lied to, like, and manipulate Sammy, he's not even addressing that matter, kind of takes me out, but he's lied that much. I don't think he fought his PR team. I think his PR team probably told him, and he fought them in the way of not wanting to message people. Well, he did privately message them, but he's using his PR team to throw them under the bus, so everyone's like, oh, it's his PR team, made Lance an innocent little angel. No. No.
I thought it was right that they deserved their own private apology. And I'm not going to show the apology.
I would like to know if someone could unblur this to figure out truly what this says. Like this one and
I want to show
this one. Because I'm kind of partially wondering if that's either an apology or him manipulating them again. Saying like, look what you've done, you've ruined my life. I have to find some way to cover this. How could you guys do this to me? I thought we were friends. Like, I'm partially wondering if that's what he said or if it's really an apology. And this from the realm of speculation right now, okay? Because he's lied and he will use the suicide attempts and all that. So I don't know if it's he did really apologize, said he was sorry, explained to them like how bad he felt. But I don't know if he's telling the truth or not. That's the problem, and that's where it lies. And he does make a point right here.
Show that it's there. It wouldn't be a private apology if I told you guys what was in it.
Yeah, that point there wouldn't be a private apology, and I do agree that's the point, but he should at least state, like, you know, a little bit saying, like, how much he apologized, or at least something, because I might be a little nosy there, but I do think, yeah, it was a private apology and a really long one I could see, but I'm partially wondering if that truly was an apology or just a threat or something. Like saying, like trying to manipulate them to go online and say they lied during the Me Too movement or something. I don't know. We'll watch the rest of this.
So I hope you can understand the privacy in that matter. I have no ill will against you guys. I want you guys to go out there and I want you to prosper and I want you to live up the exact life that you want to live. I want you to be happy. There's one thing I've learned over this last 6 months is I care about the happiness of my friends.
I care about the happiness of my friends, huh? If you truly did, you would apologize 6 months ago, jackass. You wouldn't have thrown Terrorizer onto the fucking bus. You wouldn't have attacked your old friends, saying they kicked you out of all their chats and try to say like, oh, they're bad guys. You want to try to convince Omwrecker that everyone in the group was also pedophiles to get him to join you, and that both of you could trash talk them. You didn't fucking care. Like, maybe now, yeah, like after all this backlash, you're starting to realize you should have been there as a friend. But motherfucker, you threw people under the bus. And more importantly, you lied your ass off and treated some people like shit and manipulated them. That is not okay. Like, you did not care about your friends.
I realized that I let you down, and I hope that life is good to you from here on out. So my final thought is just to wrap up what I've been doing the last 6 months and why it's taken me so long. Well, the reason why it's taken me so long to make this video is I was scared. Pretty early on, I wasn't okay. That's the reason why I went back to Northern Ireland, not to flee charges, but just to go back with my family.
He was scared. And this relates to the earlier point I made, saying that YouTube is his only job, really, and this is probably the only thing he could do. And that if he loses YouTube, what's going to be his income? How is he going to get by, you know? He has one of the best jobs on this planet. So how is he going to get by? If he loses his job, like, where is he gonna go? Because all people have to search for, because people background check nowadays so much that people background check Craig Thompson, they would have figured out what he did for like the good stuff, like the stadium and then the Thirst Project. But then afterwards, after checking around a bit more, they might find like the pedophile things. How the Thirst Project removed him, and how the stadium does nothing to do with him anymore after what he did. You know, and they wouldn't hire him. So he would. So I can understand the scared part. Like, that makes sense. But motherfucker, you did this to yourself. I think you should be punished. Like, I know I have a bit left, but I seriously think this guy needs to be punished somewhat. Like, something needs to happen to punish him. Like, maybe spitballing here. Maybe he has to start over on YouTube, or maybe he can't play certain games. Like, if he plays any children's games, he has to, he gets channel demonetized something. gets cut in revenue. I don't fucking know. Like, something needs to happen as a punishment for what he did. And,
YouTube is my life. I've been doing it full time for 7-8 years now. I've been, the MiniLad channel is 10 years old next year, and
oh great, are you gonna try to ride it? Are you gonna try to fuck it next? I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry.
it's all I know. It's what I love. It's my passion. It's what I wake up every day and I love to do.
Again, back to that point. It's his own. It's his thing he wakes up to do every day. It's the only thing he knows to do.
And I realized over the last even few years that I just haven't put the love and attention into it than, what I want. I want it.
Love and attention. Yeah, your thumbnails. The thumbnails on his, like, considering how his earlier thumbnails compared to his others, like, I'm one to talk, considering I don't have thumbnails, but I'm not an artist, so I can't really make thumbnails. But the fact is, for a channel this big, it makes sense to have a thumbnail. But he doesn't. His thumbnails and his quality of his videos went down so much. He tries to act like old MiniLad, when in reality, no one. It's just like he's forcing it on everyone to, try to smile. Oh my god, I know I'm probably like I'm probably in the minority here, but I seriously I'm not accepting this apology. Like, I'm so mad that this won over, like, how many people liked the video? 50,000? He won back 50,000 fans, but he still lost a whole bunch. And over 1 million people saw this. Can we point this out? 1 million people. Almost 1.5 million people saw this. 94 didn't agree with it, and 50 did. And I like to point out the comment section saying, like, random jump cut. Like, yeah, things like that. It's my passion. Yeah, I'm throwing it all away because I didn't think before I acted. Like, most people are, yeah, they're not fine here, but, like, oh, that's a good one. Like, oh my god. And I want to point this out, like, why did Leafy did deserve his ban, I think. Like, it was right around here. Yeah, YouTube terminates Leafy. Also YouTube, this is fine. They put this on trending. This is worse. But a bunch of people didn't know him, came back, saw this, they're like, what's he even apologizing about? And the quality of his videos went downhill. Like I want to just demonstrate this real quick. Like, if we go here, like, he changed his channel. It used to have up here just MiniLad, his little clothing and all this. It's like, I actually had a good thumbnail for his channel, and it's just out, please subscribe. Thank you. Not even capital P, S, T, and U. He put popular uploads to make people believe that he's still doing great. And then you got these. And now let's just point up, like, this video.
Today, we're about to learn some stuff. Welcome everybody back. This is r/interesting as f. And as always, stick around to the end of the video to see who gets the golden meme, the golden stamp.
Like, look how much the quality went down, and compared to something like this.
Alright, what's going on, lads? MiniLad here. Welcome to this episode of Ask Mini. I got it, man. Alright, what's going on, lads? This video looks so
Actually, we shouldn't pull up one with Terrorizer. Like one of his old videos. I'll have to go through here. Yeah.
I've got motion blur.
That's not, I don't have green, so we're all losing today.
Oh, wow.
Okay, okay.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, like, compare that quality of those couple of seconds to this couple of seconds. I can feel more love in this than in that one. I just wanted to point that out.
It to be like a portfolio of the cool things that I've done, and I want to rekindle myself. I want to find out who I am. Not MiniLad, not anything like that. I want to find Craig. I've been in therapy the last...
Well, if you want to find Craig, go to those little kids you fucked. In reality, though, I can understand wanting to find himself, but this still isn't acceptable.
last 6 months. Admittedly, I've been in there every week apart from a few weeks because of
I want to point that out. He says it's been there the last 6 months. He said he was in Northern Ireland, and now he's back in America. You have no therapist that will willingly take a client across country. I bet. Okay? Most I could think, maybe he had an Irish therapist, like an like England, Ireland place, because he lives in Northern Ireland, from what he said. So an Ireland doctor, therapist, he had him for a couple weeks, then he came back, he got a new one, but that's the only way I can think of.
Thanksgiving and Christmas and everything like that. But and as much as I know that through this I broke your guys' trust, I don't expect daffodils and rainbows after this. I want it to be raw. I want you guys to build up trust in me over time, and
that sentence there, this could be the raw sentence there, the
after this, I want it to be raw.
I want it to be raw. It can be taken so out of context. Oh, there's so many jokes I can make.
I want you guys to build up trust in me over time, and I want to be able to make videos that I'm proud of, and I want to be able to be better, and that's what I wanted to say. So thank you all so much for watching. There may be bits and pieces that I missed, and for that I apologize. But I wanted to try and get everything in here. So this is all my cards on the table. This is me being as transparent as I can, honestly.
No, it isn't. Like, this as transparent as I want to, like, how do you say that again?
This is all my cards on the table. This is me being as transparent as I can.
Well, if you want to be even more transparent, you should have gave us the entire line of messages you did to one of them. Like, back here, the whole, like, you know, about the pun, joke, big thing and all that. Like, you should have done the entire thing there. And the message you sent to that one moderator to tell her about my suicide attempt, you should have done the full one there too, because you said to her, and it was documented, that I'm preparing for the end, I won't be around anymore, and you were hinting at you were going to kill yourself now. Like, you left out major parts there of what you did.
I want to say thank you for watching, and have a happy new year, and I will see you all in 2021. Let's pray for a good 2021.
My only way of getting good 2021.
Thank you guys. Bye.
The only way I will get a good 2021 is if this man gets in at least a bit of trouble. Like, how is he still on YouTube? Why isn't he punished? How come YouTube threw him into trending and is pushing him out there right now? He had to pay it. Like, seriously. I'm at least happy that most of the comments nowadays. My guy be about his transparency, that wall behind you. Yeah, I like how people are noticing this. You know, and like, you know, this here, YouTube bans Leafy, then they put this on trending. It's like, oh my god. I want to state, I used to watch this man, and I did grow up with Mini Lad, Vanoss, Terrorizer, like the whole crew. But this is just fucking disgusting. He was not transparent. He tried to appeal to your emotions using pathos. The style that some YouTubers use, mainly KSI, that was his name, and fucking Tati used to like sell their brand, and you know. He tried to do that to get an apology out, and he's trying to do that to get you to buy his apology and be like, oh yeah, this is fine. No. This is not fine, and I'm happy that now people are realizing that 4,000, including myself, are like done. I am subscribed. Why am I subscribed? Oh yeah, I subscribed to keep track if you did any more. I'm getting myself off that. But Jesus Christ, though, this is disgusting. I personally think he should get punished, and this is just something I can't stand. There was a bug on my desk right now, and I just got scared. I'll have to deal with that in a second. But this is just, no. I seriously think he should get a punishment or something. He deserves backlash, and I think what he wants to do is he's gonna do this and try to come back and be like, hey guys, look, I'm the Mini from before now. No. That's what I wanted to do, though, is put my sense on this. We're going to end the video here. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and please understand, I mean no harm truly to anybody in this video. And I do not hate people, but this is just disgusting, and I do wish the man would just come clean. And that was wrong channel. I do wish the man would just leave YouTube, because that's what he needs to do. Like, I hate cancel culture. Like, the people are trying to cancel, like, people, YouTubers like Matt Pat from Game Theory, Dream, things like people like that, and they didn't really do anything. They just made jokes or stuff like that. Matt Pat make a joke like about the millions of people and thank you for the Banshee helicopters took their time out to answer, that kind of thing, and then it's just like, here we are now. And that was, people try to cancel him, but no one's trying to cancel Minilat for fucking for sending dick pics to minors and that. Oh my god. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed my video, and I'll see you all next time. I've been Steam Gamer. This was disgusting to watch, and if you guys want me to do his other apology, I'll do it and put my sense in on that. But I'm not gonna touch this anymore. I just want to make one video addressing this Minilat shit, and that's about it. And it's mainly me reacting to his recordings. So I'll see you all next time. I've been Steam Gamer, and next video is gonna be a bit more up because we got some games we're gonna get around to playing. I'll see you all then. Bye.